Al pie del Ávila majestuoso, a 920 metros sobre el nivel del mar, en un valle de verde geografía que se abre de este a oeste, surge Caracas, la capital de Venezuela.
And now, our feature presentation.
You are watching a master at work.
Go get some!
What's good, nation? Welcome to another episode of Straight Outta Nation. My name is Rafael Chacinas, known as El Capitán Rafucho. And of course, this is Friday before St. Patrick's Day. So I just wanted to tell you, happy St. Patrick's Day, because tomorrow on Saturday, they're all wearing green. So yeah, probably is gonna the largest party ever, not only for the United States, but also in Ireland, Spain, United Kingdom, all around the world, including Mexico. But here we go, because this week we have probably a lot, but also they have surprises, deceptions, and of course, shocking moments of the free agency of the NFL 2025. There's been a lot of winners and there's been a lot of losers coming out there, but this is just like at a podcast that not only we just talking about Raider Nation and the Raiders, but also we can talk about what's happening on the NFL, college basketball, because March Madness is around the corner at the final weeks of March, which is definitely like, it's not about the final test or everything, because the March Madness is just like a American tradition of college basketball before the NBA draft, and of course, before the season hits on the NBA, which is the basketball. Make sure to subscribe to Capitán Rafucho. Also, you can follow me on every social media, which is as known as Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, and Twitch. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're just getting a lot of things happen to the free agency 2025, and of course, well, something being good, something being bad, but let's just get started the show, shall we? Because there have been a lot of winners and losers for the free agency, and trust me about that, guys, it's not that very easy at all. Not that very easy. All right, so first up, we got this one. We got the winner right here. Max Crosby got a stand-in, and the loser, which means goodbye to Robert Spillane. Now, a lot of persons, they say that, oh, it's just like a massive upgrade or downgrade. But you know what? I mean, Robert Spillane is very good, but he doesn't know how to press conference. Well, the press coverage. You know what I'm saying? The press conference. It doesn't very work a lot of things good. So I was very confused about like press conference and press coverage. Yeah. But you know what? For Max Crosby and Robert Spillane became like the winners and the losers coming up there. Because I understand it's not very easy at all. Because you know what? I'm very happy about Max Crosby got extended. Because they're just like an attempt to retain as many of the impending free agents as very possible. I mean, for this one, I mean, what can I say about it? 3 persons, which is 3 players, they're very interesting about Robert Spillane, Trevor Morick, Nate Hobbs. They were expected to receive the most interesting about for the other teams. And if Maury gets poached, I mean, can be known for the Vikings was very mentioned as a potential replacement, but also has at the top of the head. Pause. I mean, they're gonna be playing for a receiver. I mean, they're still open to training, or of course, they're looking for like a free agency. But I mean, what team is getting crazy enough to get already gone? Because first and foremost, Robert Spillane is already gone. Because they just need to make some offers to some of those guys and go after Byron Murphy. But it feels like there's been a lot of the smoke not getting returned, which also suck. But also is not a total loss for that position of the linebacker. Probably like one of the strongest or the weakest positions in terms of the talent. I mean, hoping that in the case of him, they're exploring this market and giving us the money, but it feels like they're the most likely to be leaving. I mean, they know they're lucky at him. We might lose on a bidding war because I already know that we just have like a very solid season. But, after all of this, the defensive line is very sad. I mean, with better health, we're getting Nets here. It will be the Nets' biggest threats. This seems like that. But you know what? It happens like very a lot to get involved. Well, for like the defense. But between for like Geno Smith, I mean, what can I say about Geno Smith? They just got traded. They're trading two-time Pro Bowl quarterback Geno Smith to the Raiders for a third-round pick of the draft 2024. 25. I mean, but it's just like a family reunion for Pete Carroll and Smith, but also it's going to expect a few new contracts. But I'm very disappointed or very happy. Well, not both of them, because it's not more than 3 years and it's less than $4 million. At the end of the day, they massively upgraded the quarterback position with a known commodity. Because as much as I believe, sticking to your guns and taking the BPA with the top 10 pick, I'm really hoping the conservative dropping down for the 11, 15 range and stocking up for the more picks. They're going to be like a super deep draft for running backs, cornerbacks, wide receivers. They will be still in range to make a difference at defensive back, defensive linebacker, or linebacker. I mean, maybe they're going to find enough. But still had to go to draft to the bowl behind him for years. But it's likely like the quarterback for the Pete's time here. I mean, I'm very fine with it. But not terribly, but very excited, but certainly more like reasonable than some other options. Because right now, Gardner Minshew, yeah, they just got traded for Las Vegas Raiders to Kansas City Chiefs. Now we all know that it became like the Judas. Yep. Some persons, they just went in so bad to Gardner Minshew to Las Vegas Raiders to become a starter. Now it seems that he became for the Kansas City Chiefs. But, well, first and foremost, I was very shocked. Because we all know that we just suck with Gardner Minshew. It is bad arm. His bad accuracy. His bad throw. I mean, what more can I give? I mean, we train for Gardner Minshew as a starter. I mean, dude, he just really sucks at it all. He just really sucks at it all. But, as a matter of fact, with Geno Smith, they're going to trust the process. Because Pete knows football. And they had the pedigree. Geno Smith, that's a win for both sides. That's a win. Because if they want to full rebuild right now, that will be more interesting. Because the number one with Pete that always compete, that you have to protect the team, and they're not getting too many dumb penalties to uncheck emotions. Maybe I could guess wrong, but Pete loves these guys no matter what. And after we just saw Gardner Minshew with this bad accuracy, bad moves, and of course, picking his nose just like the Booger Man. I mean, what can I tell you about this one? That's just gross at all. That's just gross. But we're just gonna keep it moving. But if we're gonna to rebuild, we're on the bridge because we can expect to win games with Gino if the wrong game is improved. But this is gonna be like a great trade. But also they give like a time to evaluate the quarterback options long term. And talking about long term, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Because what I just saw between Max Crosby got extended, boy, this is what a great. This is great at all. Because after what you saw, like commitment to excellence dinner, they were just like, oh, is it gonna be really expected that Max Crosby is gonna stay or he's gonna leave? But no. Between Max Crosby, during for this wars with the Commitment to Excellence Award dinner, is say, I'm not leaving. So people are gonna expect it to say, oh, I smell extension. But some of those fans that just wanted to get rid of Max Crosby, even some fans and content creators that just want to trade Max Crosby to the Detroit Lions or another team because they need it so bad. And Max Crosby would say, nope, I'm gonna stay right here because I'm gonna address that situation and extend it. I mean, how untouchable is this? How untouchable? Because they can't even hide for that. They're gonna have a hide for that. Because might even know for this one, which means for the Max Crosby situation, because it's the highest pay for a non-quarterback ever in the history. Ever. And of course, check this out. Because not only for this career, he became the heart and soul of Las Vegas Raiders defense, but also is 5 years sober today. And he has a very impact of all those persons who has been struggling with drug and alcohol addiction. And he's still winning. He's still winning for everything. That everything's possible. Everything's possible. Because if you're struggling with drug addiction and alcohol, I mean, you need to get out and, of course, start a new life. Start a new life. But with for the station of Max Crosby, I mean, they really need to step up for the game. Because those numbers are pretty solid. Especially with the opposing team know that it's coming very hard and fast every damn play. Because get Max Crosby a lot of help on the outside. But I think it's safe to hate gets better. Because it's constantly playing with and through injuries. Because I'm very happy that we just got extended. We just got extended. But this one reset the market for Myles Garrett and for DJ Watt. You get it now. This is pretty smart because you know what? When I was finishing my work labor, which is my work shift, and then I just figured it out on the social media. Then boom, got a notification to say Max Crosby got extended. It was like no fucking way. And I was like, holy snap. I was just like, because I could even scream at top of my lungs and say, Raiders in front of the Charlotte Convention Center. I mean, that was like very epic. And I know that I'm a Raider fan from North Carolina. So we all know about that. But I know this is exactly the type of you want to build a franchise around. He loves ball, plays hard. You don't have to question his commitment at all. And I'm very pumped. Very pumped. So after all these rumors coming out there from Max Crosby got extended, some of those fans got pissed. Some of those fans got deception. Some of those fans are really happy. But I'm very fucking happy right now for Max Crosby got extended. And I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud. Hell yeah. The man cave say, what's good, Ralf? Y'all smash that like button, like, subscribe, and share all social media platforms. Thank you very much, man cave. Salute to you. Salute to you. Also, we got Valerie. Salute to you. Owen, my good brother, Owen. Salute to you. And of course, let me just talk for a moment because I know that one of my friend Owen, including Jake, not only he's a UFC fans, boxing fans, but also he loves the New Orleans Saints, the New Orleans Pelicans, and of course the LCU. Let's go. Let's go for it. And shout out to the 20 persons on X Live and also 2 persons on YouTube. Thank you very much. But let's keep continue. Let's keep continue with everything. And with that, I just refer like the biggest loser. Because the New England Patriots, they're signing stand-up linebacker Robert Spillane. That was just like a huge loss. A huge loss. But the only reason is they need to see what the deal looks like. But still, like, they listen to Robert Spillane. They lost it. Because it's very curious to see the money because he's been amazing for us. But I don't mind not to spend it on a 29-year-old linebacker. Obviously, there's like a huge hole, but I'd rather allocate money to a cornerback and go for the young start at linebacker and try to find next upstart Spillane. It all depends with own fools that what a smart front office can do. Because probably came down for like type of situation of Josh Jacobs, for example. Now the Patriots were willing to guarantee more dollars in year 3. Now this will be a huge head scratcher. Not surprising it's free agency history because they could retain it. That could be retained. Yep. But you got a lot of cash right now because I understand that this dude, which is Robert Spillane, was playing with broken bones and living on the field. Now ready to say some stuff like never about shit. I mean, what can I tell you? What can I tell you? I mean, if we can lock them, they would have done already. So you're not wrong. So generally, like 3 high focus on keeping, which is Hobbs, Warren, Spillane. But we can actually get better for some other free agencies out there. They're good, but they're not great. Not very great at all. It's just like a tough loss. But at the same time, we need to get better at drafting and developing linebackers. Could be like an interesting option. Because I would really expect him to walk. It is between to keep him, Hobbs and Warwick, that I would expect it to prefer keeping like Trevor Moore the most. But let's see how the numbers would see what happens. And already as far as signings, we all know that they might be like Gaynor or Tommy Eichenberg. But sadly, this is like a huge need for interior linebacker, especially since we didn't sign Devon Diablo either. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to see what the contract looks like, which is like 3 years, $37 million. I mean, I will just like, ouch. Yep. Indeed. Hey, how's it going, Roy Pena? Salute to you, Roy Pena, one of my brothers, one of my supporters. And of course, I just wanted to tell you, one of my biggest supporters since day one-ish. Yep. One of my friends. But, you know, between for like the situation, they're keeping moving. But it's really hard to replace that leadership at middle linebacker. I mean, money moves, but I wish her all the best. But I can really help but wonder how we do here. I mean, Pittsburgh Steelers will look go for reasons that he balled out for us in the defense. Well, the defense of Patrick Graham. But They really thought they could keep him? No, they're not keeping it at all. Not keeping it at all. But you know, it happens a lot. Happens a lot for this one. Happens a lot. So we got the winner, which is the extension of Max Crosby. Also the loser, which is Robert Spillane. Now, it is a big, huge upgrade to see at running back. Yes, running back, ladies and gentlemen. Because right now we have a new running back, which it definitely needs to help a lot. Do you guys remember Raheem Mustard? Yes, Raheem Mustard, which is not mustard for like the song for Kendrick Lamar, just like mustard. No, that is not. Which is Raheem Mustard. He signed off a new contract, which is definitely a 1-year deal with Las Vegas Raiders. But I gotta tell you for this one, Raheem Mustard is just like 32 years old. And that would function best as a third down back if he even plays. With the current tree, we currently have a roster. But this is like a huge upgrade for the running back room. Because you know what? Like I tell you about this, folks, all over the live streams that I just banged through, the running back room of Las Vegas Raiders in those days it became a disaster. No vision, no production, no energy. Just like Samir White, Sincere McCormick, Alexander Madison, and Dylan Love. 4 of them, they have no vision at all. I mean, what the fuck is going to happen? So Jones Patek has been cooking all of this in the lab, and they just brought Raheem Mustard for 1 year at Las Vegas Raiders. Because you know what? I don't think that Samir White has a chance based on one show last year. Because I expected him to be cut, if anything, right with the backfield of Sincere McCormick and draft a player. Because Chip Kelly loves the run game. Had Henderson of Ohio State, and they went to grab junkies in the portal, and both equalized more than 1,000 yards last season. What can I tell them about this? Look about Love. I mean, him or Mustard, I mean, they will take it down, third down back roll, but just like Samir White, Dylan Love, I mean, didn't really do anything to help in this case of the last season. I mean, Raheem Mustard could. I'm sorry. Raheem Mustard, he's one of the coolest running backs in the Miami Dolphins. I mean, he's the best one. Likely cheap, but it doesn't change your draft plans, obviously, because he had a tough year last season. And you know what? He just signed up for 1 year with $2.1 million. Yep. And it happens a lot. It happens a lot. But he got a nasty injury for the last season, and that'll Paul fumblitis. Was great for the 2 years in Miami. Well, they always had a good it was. But they got to know for the coach Carroll and a good online. But it's gonna be so much fun. And I gotta tell you, it's gonna be so much fun. I gotta watch for them. And hopefully it's just like a dead piece. And they might like it a sign after they're gonna bring Amir Abdullah back. Yeah, but I'm very shocked that he's managed to stay for like in this league for a long. But it's gonna be like a full circle starting with Chip Kelly, probably ends his career as a OC. But this is exactly like the solely bet to pair a rookie. Can't get much worse for the running back room that we have last season. Since we actually looked good before getting hurt, probably they're giving like a third down back mostly. But also they're drafting someone like everyone's apparently on this draft. He looked very decent as a runner for last year, but they just can't hold onto the ball. It was injury. A wise on dev running back sounds like the exactly running back if you're drafting Ashton Jenkins. The only success with nobody counts on him. So the best case scenario is that when the Raiders draft Chinty and Mustard keeps him on the bench and gets like 2,000 yards. Pretty much fair. But you know what? In this situation, I mean, there could be a fair contract, especially if they can keep him healthy. I do think that this could be like putting down a discussion and pair him like what are the Jim Kelly's all Ohio State boys, even though that I hate Ohio State. Sorry about that. But I think that between Junkins, which is like a potential draft, could complement Raheem Mostert better than Henderson, in my opinion, but they could laugh. Because you know what? If they're gonna draft Genti, I mean, that could be good, but he just lacked top end speed that Mostert gives, like so makes like the perfect complementary pair. I mean, if they wanted to pass on him, they're gonna be really true. At all. At all. At all for this. And you know for the difference right now? Because he just saw like Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley. You know those guys? Derrick Henry from Titans to Baltimore Ravens and Saquon Barkley from New York Giants to Philadelphia Eagles. The difference is Henry and Saquon showed they still had the talent. Raheem really fell over the cliff from 2023 to 2024 because they won't blame him solely because their guards, they're very awful, but he wasn't that good at the last season. It happens. It happens a lot. But, I mean, we just take a look at a lot of solid depth at the roster. Yep. And, you know, it's very interesting to see what happens. And look at what happens on the social media of Nate Hobbs Jr. and say, once upon a time, you took a chance for Louisville, Kentucky. Why sent to be at sec? He wasn't the best recruit, but he just say, thank you, Raider Nation. Thank you for accepting us for home. Yeah, that's the message of Nate Hobbs on the social media. But I just wanted to say thank you, Nate, for having the great moments of the Raider Nation. But some of the fans was very sad to see him go. But he's very happy that he landed with a team with pedigree. I hope it's going to be balled the fuck out. Because remember those words, once a Raider, always a Raider. But between for like the free agency, it became like a lot of solid defensive additions. I mean, after we just lose 4 defensive starters, I mean, not gonna be like really exactly the point that this is gonna be like a grade of great. You can't all heal for the tree. But also, we just send him up for like restructuring the contract, get involved with the solely auditions. Yeah. It always happened. It always happened. But in this time, anyone thinks that we're likely to move forward with a base 4-5. But also, we're just saying of Jeremy Chin, as known as the sweet chin music of the Washington Commanders, was known as the Washington Redskins. Yep. And we all that. I mean, we have moved forward to like the base 4-2 with Chin acting as hybrid safety linebacker because it makes sense. Because after all the signings and the depth, I mean, it also get more athletic options to keep like the high-end offensive talents in our division. Because this has been like for a while. And I understand that some of those players was out there like strong side linebacker, but we already run for defense. I mean, this had to the person to switch it up if they had to. Yep. They could have like the base nickel defense. They have very common at the NFL for quite some time right now. Because the old 4-3 versus 3-4, they're long gone. Now the offense has been adjusting its getting part of the reason and the running rate sounds are happening at the NFL. Because it's very hard to pin a defense down as 4-3, 3-4, 4-2-5, 46. They use like a lot of fronts, which is very more difficult to come up with a solely offensive gameplay. Part of the reason why quarterbacks who really can read defense and defense players who can move around the chess pieces, slot here, will there, deep cover, bots, also can be valuable. I mean, after we just see like enormous free agency coming up there, moving out for a safety, linebacker, I mean, between Jeremy Sheen, they definitely can move along. He play like safety and base, but he can move linebacker and nickel. And can even move to slot for a dime. I mean, it feels like this man like at the base for 4-5 for years. No. Because they're very sure if they're gonna break him. Because between for P defense, what he was on Seattle Seahawks was 4-3 under. The ends were Leo, Cliff Arrow, Chris Clemens. Those were the types of speed rusher. And Red Bryant, Michael Bennett. I mean, cornerbacks, they're really travel to flip sides. I mean, they really patrol for the deep third in the zone, but that kind of range is really hard to find. And you can't really play without a player with that ability. It'll be interesting to see how much of piece passing bring with him. If we're going to strip back to 4-3, 3-4 base defense, I mean, they just walk out to the Super Bowl ranking like bottom 10 of the explosive plays because they're just grinding out 5 yards to a play or a wheel stop is load the bots, pause, fill alleys, put them on the dirt because they're probably for the nickel for the last 5 years. And I'm not kidding about that, folks. Not kidding. Hey, how's it going, Raiders? Fool Chris. What's up, fool? How's it going, fool? My brother from another mother. Salute to you, my guy. Salute to you. But continue with the free agency coming up there. And of course, after all those free agency moves coming there for the defense, what should be better for what's next for the Raiders? I know about for like the defense, but between for this one, if we're gonna shift back the 4-3, 3-4 base defense, that could be very interesting. A lot of this. If he can put 3 corners and 2 safeties, that'll be very likely. Very likely. But during the combination of Jury and Neckler, the linebackers, I don't want it to recall the last time we have 3 serviceable linebackers. Yeah, but definitely have a little move for this one. But they have the very common in the history. If they had the personnel to switch it up, they have to. Yep, we can run it for several other teams because I think we're going to run it a lot more for the next season. It gives like it all for the signings. They get more like an athletic and getting back to work with a high-end offensive. And don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if we're going to put to the top 10. Don't be surprised at all. Because after we just saw Adam Butler, he guaranteed to stay, but also Malcolm Coons, because there's some great news because they just ended Mass Crosby with also they were signing Malcolm Kuntz. We might get to see like the defense live at full strength. Full strength. Because if we just stand it for all home, because it doesn't happen all that often in the past 10 years. There's like a lot of more than we expected for 1 year with the cap space we got right now. That I really understand. And I know that he's a dog. And it definitely is going to be more as words that are long for the states healthy. And what are those reasons? Why for people blame Patrick Mahomes? Because last year was the guys he was tough for the pass rushers. Between for the week 7 to the last season, where we're depleted. Uncle Goose was going to look like a key part of our life for last year. And he will earn like a big contract if he plays out for the potential and stays healthy. 100%. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? And they're sincerely prioritizing the trenches. And that's exactly what we want to see. And they are delivering. They are delivering, ladies and gentlemen. What can I tell you about it? Hey, how's it going? No Shill, MMA YouTube. Love you, Big Ralph. All listen to the Capitán. Thank you very much, No Chill. Thank you very much. So, what can I tell you about this one? I mean, there's like a few supporters that really loves me. And what are the next topics that I just wanted to talk about it? You know, there is one clear message to some of the content creators that getting upset because I understand some content creators get upset with Max Crosby got overpay. All right, so listen, yo. I know that I'm a Raider fan for like 4 or 5 years. Yeah, 4, 3, 5 years. I don't remember the exactly year, but but I just wanted to tell you. We train for the dinner of commitment to excellence. Max Crosby say, I'm not leaving. I'm going to stay right here because I'm going to help with the Raiders. And that's exactly what we need it for. Because Max Crosby, it became the heart and soul of the defense of the Raiders. So what is the excuse of you telling me that Max Crosby got overpaid? I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? You're just like one of those, the real housewives of the Raider Nation. I mean, what are the biggest gossips? The gaslighting. I mean, what the fuck? And some of the content creators had the audacity to destroy Max Crosby before it got extended. And I know that I had a jersey of Max Crosby. I'm not going to lie. But some of those content creators, they just drop in L all the time. And they never recover. Because you know why? Some of the content creators, they have some awful takes. Awful takes. Because they just want them for clickbaits. For example, if a guy looks to Mitchell Renz, Mitchell Renz for Chat Sports. I mean, I understand that about like the situation coming out there. But you guys remember Mitchell Renz got a drop of this trade between Max Crosby to the Detroit Lions. And I was just like, hold the fuck up. No, it's not going to happen at all. Not going to happen. So I understand that Mitchell Renz, right now, he works for the Raiders, for Chat Sports. But we all know that he's been, well, I don't know, dick sucking with the Miami Dolphins, New York Jets. I mean, there's like thousands of teams that just wanted to like blowjob, pause. But also there's like some other content creators that they just want to like, I don't know. This is what I to do for money. This is what I to do for clickbaits. But in my reason, I'm right here right now. I'm not telling as Patrick Mahomes, but I'm here to provide entertainment. And I know that my main channel as YouTube is getting demonetized. It's getting demonetized. So I'm going to really check this out. You see this right here. You can also help and support our stream by making a donation on Cash App or PayPal. You know what that means? That means my main channel is still demonetized, but you can make a donation. You can make a donation. I don't know, like $1, $2. But hey, here's the thing. I'm not begging for money. I'm not begging for money or views or anything. I just became myself. And I built this shit. I built this shit for a long time. Since 2021. Ready for Chris to say, Raffle, how do you feel about Jason to the Patriots? That's a very interesting question. I mean, to be honest, right now, between K-Bomb Jason, I know that he's kind of like the same name right now, but I know that my last name is Jason, but I mean, that really happened. But I understand that if the Patriots, they just wanted to need like solid depth addition, has been a strong effort this season. But Jason really revived his career in his short stint with the Raiders. And that one, the game against the Chiefs, got him paid. Got him paid. But I really understand that they just wanted to keep him. If Malcolm Coons balls out, we can have Cleveland chasing on the cheaper multi-year. But our defense has changed so much. Has defense so much. But I'm very fine to suck it enough with the defensive reinforcements. And when it comes to the best value of the market, they still have a lot of questions about wide receivers, offensive line, running back, especially in those areas where we had to worry about the offense as much as we're going to win. Because it's going to be very crucial to everything. But for the New England Patriots, that just want to chase him, coming out for a career best season, and they have the high potential for cheap, only 25 years, but also they look to resign for a young player if he performs very well. But I'm very surprised that Chasen got traded. Well, this guy signed up for a 1-year contract because he is really upside, but basically isn't that completely bust. Basically get better than the previous self. Very antingus. Ready to say, what's your take on Eric Stokes? I mean, boy, what can I tell you about this one? Eric Stokes, to be honest, total beast. Total beast. Because they just signed for 1 year, $4 million. Because they were always Stokes. When Green Bay drafted Stokes in 2021, he has such an athleticism. Pretty darn college resume. But it's also fell off at a cliff for the rookie for that season. But what really happened? I mean, they just sap off with athleticism, which sap with his confidence. But his athleticism was very good enough. Very good. But he was able to gamble and he never got out of the position that could recover. But he could learn after he lost his speed and quickness. Unfortunately, that injury didn't allow to him do. I mean, his rookie year was very awesome. Stepping up for like not getting hurt. But I know that really surprised me is the share of snaps that went down for the season went on. He just lost that ability after injuries. He's very decent, handle physical reviews and go routes, but he gets beat at the top at every route. With the athleticism being raw to get perceived to get injured was stripped out, but also that count to be injured, not playing missing the opportunity to develop the corner skills, and they make all of it for anything. So what can I tell her about this one? Could be a base, could be a bust. I mean, They just signed up for a $4 million deal. I mean, they don't want to spend too much on the free agency. They won't. Because he was promising for like his rookie year. Fell off with an injury J. He was sophomore slump. Basically missed it on that year and a half an injury, but he played a bit of year. Clearly, he's not the same player anymore. But it's very gonna be decent. This is straight line speed. Because he just missed basically 2 whole seasons of injury and he got lost in the chalk for a week. Maybe he's got a better opportunity in Las Vegas. But they're gonna get ready for like reclamation projects with former first rounders. It's never gonna really work out, but he always loved to give them chances. But also he never had a defensive edge at the caliber of Crosby. So let's see what we can do with Pete Carroll. I mean, he could have put it together. Seems like a great dude. He looked like he's going to grade this after rookie's year. But a guy whose game is built on speed, that ankle injury that really fucked up. And he just fell in nicely. I mean, it became like a slow start for a 2 nasty ankle injury for the steering, but they just wanted to especially to get for the cornerback for the several future. That will be like a really legend for the speeds. He was very amazing at the first year, but he was hamstring issues. Unfortunate trajectory. And that's one of my opinions going over there. Yep. I know that some of the free agency coming up there for like really fast, but it happens all the time. So I just wanted to tell you now, Raider Food Chris and Raiders Rebel, thank you for the comments, because I understand that between for like the free agency coming up there and the draft coming up there, I mean, that should be like really enough. And hey, salute to DH Impact Media, as known as Darion, as known as Spotlight Sports. Well, we'll just call it Spotlight, but salute to Darion, absolutely. And I just wanted to tell you, salute to you, and I hope you're doing great with your play-by-play and basketball and everything. So, what am I telling about for the free agency coming up there? That should be like really interesting to coming up there. Really. Because I would love to see what it feels like. Because on defense, this is going to be like a picture perfect. Because if we want to add some quality depth pieces, I understand it's a weaker free agency class, because there's no need to overpay for some names, because we need to add some depth. Because I just wanted to tell you about for like on this one, in this one, for all the situation for the Raiders, it's not necessary to sign up a big name of the free agency. We'll just get started from the bottom. Signing up for like a lot of great talent, but in the cheaper. What is cheaper is very good, because I understand that some reason that some of those players that were coming out for the strong year and then after injury got fucked up. But you know what? It really happens a lot. It happens a lot for this one. So there's no filter at all. No filter. All right. So what I was talking about, like the content creator situation, I know that I can't feel. I know that I can't belong for a long time. And this is not about the money. This is not about the money, not begging for money, not begging for views. This is really who I am. Because not only that I wanted to create entertainment, but also I just wanted to create something brave, something bold, something bigger, something incredible, something that blows up your mind with my international flavor. And I know that sometimes my English is really fucked up, but look, I've been taking a lot of classes in English for like more years, because I really understood about those words. And trust me, not only I can speak English, not only I can speak Spanish, which is my native language, but also I can speak a little bit of Portuguese, Italian, and a little bit of French. Bonjour, bonjour, s'il vous plaît. And of course, there's like, buongiorno, buonasera, arrivederci. Yep, some of those words that became very international. But you know what? Here's one message for all these content creators out there. No matter if you're a rookie or a veteran, don't give up. You have the power, you have the audacity, you have the right choice. You have the right choice to make it right. You have the right power to create something new, to create something bold, to create something entertainment. I know there's gonna be like a lot of fans that say agree to disagree. But check this out. Those content creators out there could be good, could be bad, but some of them they became the realist, the original one, the OG. The OG. And they really stepped it up for the game for a long time. For a long time. And especially, we just wanted to like give it all the thoughts. Because sometimes our opinion sucks, sometimes our live stream sucks, but it's like a great form to struggle and it came at the top. Because I understand that when it comes to my channel, I know that my live stream sucks. I know that my take sucks, but it takes a lot of time to learn, grow, and of course, understand an experience that I can never forget. I learned a lot of lessons. I didn't even know that I grew out my beard. And you know, guys, check this out. Because in some point of what are the live streams that I came through? I mean, what are trying to say, oh, you look like some of the guy named Hammer. But look, I know that I don't look like him. I mean, to be honest, right now. But the point is, don't give up. Don't give up your dreams because you had to be the realest one. I mean, I know if you're a diehard fan, you coming up there with those takes because I understand that I'm a journalist, freelance journalist, and a content creator that never gave up. Never gave up. So I just wanted to tell you be like Rafucho and don't be like an asshole like Dustin from Dead Star Report. Because that guy, which is Dustin from Dead Star Report, is just running up L, 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 lots of L's. I mean, that guy, Dustin from Dead Star Report, is just like the biggest loser. Wow. What can I tell you about this one? That's why one of these live streams it became down. It just became down. So that's why one of those channels it became like, I don't know, a completely disaster because the Dead Star Report, which is Dustin, I don't know, it became like a clickbait channel with a lot of L's. I just wanted to tell you, be a Rafucho and don't be an asshole like Dustin. That's one of my message. So I just wanted to tell you, thank you guys for joining at the episode of Straight Outta Nation. This is the Happy Hour Friday. And right now, after this one, at 11:30, I'm going to drop a live stream for all my I know the microphone is still fucked up, but you know, I just wanted to make sure about that. So I know that at 11:30 p.m., 11:30 p.m., I'm gonna do like a combat sports podcast. Yeah, a combat sports podcast, which I'm talking everything. Which I'm talking about everything about for MMA, wrestling, and boxing. Yep. So I just wanted to talk about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to tell you, thank you guys for joining at this episode of Straight Outta Nation. This is the Happy Hour Friday, and tomorrow is the St. Patrick's Day. Sorry that I just messed up my microphone, and I apologize for that. And at 11:30 p.m., I just wanted to talk about everything about combat sports in the Combat Club. And on Monday, I'm gonna do, well, did I just gonna mute it? Well, I don't know. Because I know that I'm just getting muted at all. Do you guys see me? Do you guys hear me? Hello? I know that I just kind of like, I just wanted to messing around, but, wait, let me just take it out of this one. Oh, yeah. My other just came back. All right. Apologize for that. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thanks for joining us at this Straight Outta Nation. This is the Happy Hour Friday at 11:30 p.m. I'm going to drop a live stream talking about combat sports in the Combat Club, talking about UFC, mixed martial arts, and of course, wrestling between the episode of SmackDown in Barcelona, España. Ole! And of course, tomorrow is the St. Patrick's Day. So I hope they're gonna wear green. They're all gonna wear green. So I just wanted to tell you. Have a great weekend. Have a great Friday. And of course, just like I'll never say, just win, baby. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Rafael Chacin, Capitán Rafucho, on the way to 15K subscribers. And of course, make sure to follow him or myself on every social media. Capitán Rafucho on Nets, which is known as Twitter. Capitán Rafucho 93 on Instagram. Also, you can follow me on TikTok, Rumble, and Twitch. So I just wanted to tell you. Have a good one, and I will see you there later at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time to talk about combat sports. So I just wanted to tell you. Drink responsibility, and of course, don't drive under alcohol because you're going to make it stupid. So I just wanted to tell you, all those persons who wanted to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, I just wanted to tell you in Spanish, don't drive while you're drunk, which means in Spanish, si estás tomando alcohol, no manejes. That's my advice. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. And of course, just like I'll David say, just win, baby. And win or lose, Raider Nation till I die. Thank you very much, and I will see you there later.